Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we are looking at something that is very old and they're very rare, especially having all three versions. We are looking at the 1965 release by Louis Marx from their Dalek Rolykins. Now these were miniature Daleks that were about 1.5 inches tall. And they run on ball bearings, and they were miniature design Daleks with the appendages, and they came in an assortment of colours. And we've got three different ones in front of us, which as far as I know is the three different colours that they come in. If anybody knows any different to that, please message me and tell me. But we've got three different ones here, and these are the boxes that they come in. So let's just take a look at the first box. Now I think the boxes are all identical. So it says Doctor Who and the Daleks Rolykins by Marx. And you've got the Marx logo at the very bottom there. And I'm just going to try and zoom in on that writing there, see what it says. So it says made by Louis Marx and Company Limited from the BBC TV series. Okay, so that is, I've zoomed right in on this because it is such a small box, and the writing is very small. So it says Doctor Who and the Daleks Rolykins by Marx. Again, you've got the Marx logo there, and again an image of the Daleks, and it's got BBC TV 1965. And back round this side it says Doctor Who and the Daleks Rolykins by Marx. Again the Marx logo, image of the Dalek, and made by Louis Marx Company Limited, from the BBC TV series. And back onto this side, Doctor Who and Dalek Rolykins by Marx. Marx's logo again, and BBC TV 1965. Back to the front, and at the top it says Doctor Who and the Daleks Rolykins by Marx. And let's see if we can read what that says. Made in the British Crown Colony of Hong Kong. And if we turn over to the bottom side, yeah, it's exactly the same again. Doctor Who and the Dalek Rolykins by Marx, made in the British Crown Colony of Hong Kong. This one actually has got silver stamped on it, so we know that this one is actually a silver Dalek. So that's that one. The boxes on these are all the same. Is there any colour stamped on this one? Yes, it has faded the colour on that one. I can't quite make out what that says. It's either red or black. And then this one, so that's a black one, sorry. So this is the red Dalek. Again, Dalek Rolykins, it's all the same, but this one's got red stamped on it, as you can see there. So we've got red, black and silver, which were the three different colours that Marx produced of these Daleks. Okay, what I'm going to do now, without further ado, I'm going to open the boxes, take them out, and let's have a look at each one. Okay, so I've removed each Dalek from their respective box, and this is how they come. So they come just like this particular red one, and they come with a packet of appendages. So the red one's got yellow appendages, the black one's got red appendages, and the silver one's got red appendages. Now before we put the appendages on, let's have a look at each individual Dalek. So there we are, this is the red one. So it's a fairly basic design, but it does have the ball bearing on the bottom. And there's lugs on the bottom there, I suppose. I don't know what they are for, they've done that. Maybe it's just to... but they do actually glide along the floor very well. Let's just move that along so they run like they do, because they're supposed to be on... from 1965, they was on the... static electricity, and they moved very smoothly, and that's the ball bearing actually makes them glide across the floor. Okay, so that is the way they move. Now I just want to get a size. It says they're 1.5 inch, which is just over 3 centimeters, maybe 3.5 centimeters in height. And the widest point across the base there, we're looking at about just under 2.5 centimeters. And the narrowest point across the top is 1 centimeter. So that's how tiny they are. But they are the classic Dalek design, with the holes in the top. These are just like the Marx 6-inch Daleks, or 8-inch Daleks, but they are obviously tiny versions, and they're not battery operated. Obviously, they just run on the ball bearing, and that is your ball bearing at the bottom. Okay, and they're all pretty much the same. This is the black one with gold around the centre. You can see that the gold's been sprayed over with black there when they've actually painted the Dalek. So it's yeah, not particularly well made, I have to say, but well, they are. I'll rephrase that. They are made well, but they didn't really spend a lot of attention to the colouring here. As I say, that has been sprayed over the gold areas for some reason. I don't quite know why. But anyway, that's let it down a little bit. But other than that, again, it's exactly the same as the other one, with the ball bearing at the bottom, which makes it glide across the floor. And then we've got the silver one. Again, the silver one also has got silver spray going over it. So obviously, again, it's not been masked up properly when they've coloured the Dalek itself. And again, you've got the ball bearing at the bottom there, which allows them to glide across the floor, as you can see. Okay, so let's have a look at the appendages. So let's start with the red Dalek. So if I can take these appendages out of the bag somehow, as long as the bag's not sealed. Let's see if we can get these out. Hopefully, I'll be able to find the way out the bag. Okay, I'm just going to do this off camera because I can't actually find the opening to the bag here. Okay, I managed to get them out of the bag. I had to make a little hole in it because they'd never been out of the bag before. But they are very small, light plastic, and you just push the appendages into the. I'm not going to push them in too hard because I do want to be able to remove them. But they've got these little appendage, little points at the end of the appendage where they press into their relevant areas. And there we have the red Dalek with the yellow appendages. Okay, so that's Dalek number 1. Dalek number 2, the black Dalek. Now this one should be a lot easier to get out because the top of the bag is open. So let's drop out all these 3 appendages. I can get this third one out. They're very awkward to get out of the bags, but there we are. Okay, so this is a black Dalek, and again the little appendages just press into the holes. So you've got the sucker, the gun, and the eyestalk, and there we have the black Dalek with the red appendages. They do look very good, I must admit. And then finally we're going to the grey Dalek, or sorry, the silver Dalek I should say. Just get those appendages out, and again they pop into the relevant positions, and I have actually pushed this one all the way in, so these ones I've located fully. So there we are. So that is the silver Dalek with the eyestalk, the gun, and the sucker arm. So I'll just give you an idea of the size of the sucker arm because it's longer than anything else. We are looking at 1.5 centimeters. The gun is 1 centimeter and the eyestalk is 1 centimeter, and that's the same on all of the 3 different versions of the Marx Daleks. There we are. So how well did these Daleks do? Well, like all Dalek merchandise of the 1960s, they'd done exceptionally well. There was a massive quantity of these produced by Louis Marx, and they sold instantly. They were brilliant. They were pocket money Daleks. Someone told me they were exclusive to one of the chains, maybe Woolworths or something like that, and I don't know that for sure. I do know that the Swappets were exclusive to the Woolworths store, but I don't know. I'm not going to confirm that. If anyone knows for sure, please message me in the messages. But I don't believe they were exclusive to any stores, although 1 or 2 people have told me they were. But even so, I mean, these Daleks were brilliant. They were pocket money toys. They sold an awful lot of them, and every little kid that was into Doctor Who and the Daleks had one. Remember, 1960s, it was Dalek mania. Daleks were everywhere. It was a massive, massive, massive franchise. And it's really what made Doctor Who back in the 1960s, the birth of the Daleks, and obviously Doctor Who's gone on ever since, and it's still being produced today. So now finding these Daleks nowadays, we're talking nearly 60 years on, is very, very difficult in any condition. Now finding the Daleks complete with all appendages is even harder. And finding these Daleks complete in the boxes with all appendages is, well, very, very, very difficult. Now, they do come up occasionally on the platforms, but like I say, quite often they're missing appendages. There's some damage to them. They don't have the boxes, and they don't have the bags that the appendages come in. So there's usually something missing when you find them on the platforms. So, like I say, difficult to find one, but finding all three different versions of these Daleks that were produced by Marx in the 60s, well, you know, there we are, incredibly difficult. But, as usual, we at Midas Touch have brought them to you, and we have managed to obtain quite a few of these, actually. I won't say quite a few. We got small quantities of each colour, and they are available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find these and many other vintage Doctor Who items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on these particular items. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.